Cash management. It'd probably be a pretty good idea to encapsulate all the various rules about money management into just one complete sequence. These are presented somewhat chronologically from the big picture to the small. Well, once a year, you'll have to pay that income tax. Here's a tip: minimize over withholding. Property taxes are due in November and April. Here's a tip: pay the April one in December and you'll get the earlier tax deduction. Do make deposits to your IRA accounts earlier in the year as suggested, and they do have qualifying limits. If the terminal tax rate is the same going in and out, you'll get the same return on both the tax-free Roth and taxable traditional IRA, both in and out. Do note that the Roth does set aside significantly more funds. A good suggestion is to take your age, make that a percentage of you put in safe bonds, and a nice little way to do that is with target dated funds, and you can choose the dates, maybe dispersed among various prospective longevities. At the end, you may have a required minimum distribution, currently at the age of 73, and it starts by taking out about 4%, rising to about half when you hit 100, and that's for traditional IRA accounts and pensions if you're no longer working. These are generally fully taxable. Do consider as an alternative the cash account, which uniquely takes advantage of capital gains and USA qualified dividends, saving some 9% for the average taxpayer. Usually you'll have insurance premiums due about twice a year. Do consider higher deductibles of lower premium, and they could be evaluated by taking the deductible difference divided by the premium difference to give you a break even in terms of time. Oh, by the way, don't buy life insurance for the kids. But of course, do get medical. With regard to Social Security, it's determined on the last 10 years of application, which is not a good news for, say, actors and sports stars. And you receive payments on the second, third, fourth Wednesday for those of you born in the first, second, or third 10 days of the month. And do note that you might want to take it earlier, say currently at the age of 67, given present value alone, and of course, utility, and maybe the darn thing won't be around. Then you got your monthly bills. They should probably be paid maybe 10 days before they're due. Use a no-fee credit card for purchases, debit cards for cash, and avoid the mileage points, which usually cost you a lot and only about 1%, and get cash back instead with no fee running about 3 to 5%. And prioritize those payments, including investments, by an after-tax interest rate. That means use of the credit card should be paid first, and do be reminded, if you're in the 1/3 tax bracket, a 20% credit card is like making 30% in the stock market. Oh, here's a tip for you. Consider an hour allocated to research on every $2,000 purchase, or that turns out to be about a minute for every $30. Lynch of the Magellan Fund used to say people fret more and take more time with a toaster purchase than they do planning for retirement. And major grocery stores have a 4-time point offer on Fridays if you signed up. And with a grocery store card reward, that amounts to some 10%. I'm Dr. C. Invests.